the Dread King Logan, and you're watching the Flavor General Josh, the Mouthpiece Danny, and my personal homeboy Cody on Rasslin Rage, R2YouTube.com. And if you're not watching, then you're a peasant, and I can destroy you.
Hello, Rasslin Rage fans. You are looking at one half of IPW's award-winning commentary team, chairwoman of IPW's Mental Wellness Task Force, 2021 IPW Rookie of the Year, Independence Pro Wrestling Champion, and sponsor of Rasslin Rage, Davison Sarai. Enjoy your stay. I think Cody's pretty cool. I think Dan's pretty alright. Fuck that other guy.
Oh!
It's going down!
This is Rasslin Rage!
It's going down!
This is Rasslin Rage!
Scream it out loud!
This is Rasslin Rage! Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade!
It's going down!
This is Rasslin Rage!
We'll do it now!
This is Rasslin
Scream
Rage!
it out loud!
This is Rasslin Rage! Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade!
And now it's time for Rasslin Rage with your host, Cody Fleming.
But you do look like the guy who I posted from whatever that company was.
So when I say, all right, here we go, that means that we're going to be live in like 5 seconds. And then you decide that you want to say something. So now we're live, and everybody heard your thoughts on whatever it was that you were talking about right there.
Oh, I was talking about that post I made with Josh's, I don't know, long lost brother, or who knows.
Are you okay, Josh? You look like a dog, a lost puppy.
Oh, well, apparently my internet was messing up. I'm like, we're not live. It still says it's waiting on Rasslin Rage for it to start.
No,
Welcome to my world.
we're started. We're
Oh, yeah, no, it's on there now.
Yeah, we're definitely here. Thanks, everybody. That everybody's got a, behind the curtain look to Rasslin Rage and, dance.
Oh, if they heard half the shit we talk about.
Dan's 2 cents.
We're professionals here, okay?
That's what you want to call it. Okay, so welcome. This is 198 of Rasslin Rage, and we're here. We're live on
Two to
YouTube,
go.
on the Rasslin. Yeah, 2 more to go to 200. We're on Rasslin Rage here, the Rasslin Rage YouTube channel. I want to introduce you to the 2 co-hosts that I have of this wonderful premier podcast, or you want to say it's the premier Michigan indie wrestling podcast on about wrestling right here. It is, first up, the happiest Harpers of all the Harpers, the CEO, the CFO. He's also the owner of Happy Harper Ice Cream. He's the ice cream man. He's the one. He is the only Josh Harper. Yes, hello. It wouldn't be an episode without introducing the grumpiest man in Michigan. That's right. The real deal heel, Danny Beals. Fuck the both of you.
Hey, at least we're not fighting this episode. Not yet, anyway. You ever notice how it's either me and Josh fighting each other or we're annoying you? There's no in between.
Josh, what is that?
It's the official Happy Harper stick.
What is it?
Oh,
It's a
that's
stick.
the one you're going to draw it for?
It's a lead pipe.
That's for the special ingredient.
But the special ingredient is you're unconscious.
Oh, boy. Anyways, thanks for joining me.
Now, it is an absolute pleasure to be here. It's always a pleasure to be here on any given day that Cody's willing to deal with me. Because, I know I can be a lot sometimes. But this is
Already done.
This is episode 198. And do you know what that means? In 2 weeks, it's Cody's birthday. Happy early birthday, Cody.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Please make sure you smash that thumbs up. Share this on YouTube. Share this YouTube video on Twitter, on your Facebook. Anywhere would be awesome. And your Instagram. Make sure, though, that you subscribe. If the subscribe button is red, that means you're not subscribed. You click that button, you make it gray, and that's how you know that you're subscribed for everything that's going on here at r2youtube.com.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm reading the chat.
Well, stop doing that.
But it's something for Josh. Anyway, thank you to 1/3 of the Pro Wrestling All-Stars Trios champion, the Spyder, Davison Sarai, Joe Broni, PKSA Port Huron, the Blacksheep Justin Dream, F5 Wrestling, AWE Wrestling. Listen, go down, find the link, do them all a favor.
You
all right?
forgot about this Spyder.
No, I did Spyder
Spyder.
first.
Oh, okay.
Can I finish? Oh.
No.
Listen, you'll find other links, man. Go down in the description. You'll find them. Give them a like. Give them a subscribe.
Wow. So we only have 2 events for results. Two. Well, I mean, it was a slow weekend. There's an event today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sanctuary, correct?
Weekend before was crazy. Next weekend gonna be crazy.
Yeah, this was a slow weekend, but not so slow in reality.
No.
If you want to say. But so
If you know, you know.
So yeah, like I said, we got 2 events, and then there's a third one taking place right now, which is Sanctuary.
The 2 events that we do have results for, we got the results from Metro Pro Wrestling from the RK Incorporated in Southgate, Michigan, that these 2 got to go to.
And Clash Wrestling from Allen Park. And we'll be back with the results right after this.
Oh man, I'm missing my cue because I was in the chat saying hi to Mark.
Oh, see, now who's in the chat?
It's time to talk about Michigan independent wrestling. Tune into the channel, check your internet connection. Cody, Danny, Josh, they're the best at breaking down the matches into each and every segment. Michigan independent wrestling. Tune into the channel, check your internet connection. Cody, Danny, Josh, they're the best at breaking down the matches into each and every segment.
Rasslin Rage t-shirts are available on prowrestlingtees.com/WrestlingRage. Just click the link in the description to visit our store on Pro Wrestling Tees website. Every shirt is 100% cotton and available in sizes up to 5X. Show your love for Rasslin Rage and get yours today. All right, so yeah, don't forget you can go down to the description. There's a link for our Pro Wrestling Tees, prowrestlingtees.com/Rasslin Rage, where you can get some Rasslin Rage t-shirts. We have a couple MIW t-shirts available, so if you want those, you can get a hold of me. Get a hold of them too.
We're just going to tell you to get a hold of him.
Right, but anyways, Danny Beals looks like the ghost of wrestling past. Somebody's.
Yeah, I need more backlighting. I just was too lazy to get up and do anything about it.
Oh, right. Well, anyway.
That's the truth.
Hello to Mark Ross, Tara. Hello to you, Josh. Zeke, hello, sir. Else, not have said anything so far. But hello to all of you. Thank you for joining us once again. If you're new here, please smash the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. That way you can, know what's going on. Also, like Josh always likes to say, don't forget to ring that bell, right? Because the bell allows you to be notified when there is new content available, because sometimes you just never know what's going on around here. Because some weeks I just kind of mosey. I don't do a lot. Maybe throw up a match. Some weeks, 3 interviews and a couple matches. Some weeks, 1 interview. You just never really know how it's going to go down in this place.
Some weeks you throw up.
What?
That's what you said.
So, anyways, we're again 198. We're 2 away from 200. Yidey, yidey, yidey. So, before we get into the results, Or no, we are talking about the results right
Yeah,
now.
we-
Okay. So first episode, the very first event that we're talking about is Clash Wrestling, which took place Friday, March 11th. This was at Allen Park Civic Center, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
All right. So, first match we have is the Rasslin Rage MIW Rookie of the Year, as voted on by the promoters of Michigan, Brutus Atwell, versus Jesse V, and it went to a double countout.
Yeah, that one was just for you. I know you love them.
How do you? What the? Okay, moving on.
Then it was the working man, Ren Jones, picking up the win over Shane Saber.
It's the.
I just like to play
I thought
Sabre.
he was the swag. Okay.
Up next was James Alexander, getting the win over the man who took home 3 Wrestling Rage MIW Awards top-notch Jason Hott.
Yeah, and then it was everyone's favorite caveman, Elk, retaining the Big League Brewers Championship by defeating the Anime Assassins, Solo and Forever Young.
2 very hot up-and-coming rookies.
So he defeats 2 dudes to retain.
Caro made a run at Jake Christ for the Clash Heavyweight Championship. And in the end, Jake Christ climbed that mountain and he was able to defeat Karam by pinfall.
You know, going back to Elk and Solo and Forever Young, I mean, to be fair, the 2 of them still don't equal 1 Elk.
No. Not even close.
Let's be honest, they don't equal 1 Elk. Now, next was Jody Threat pinning Taylor Rising for the win.
All right, hold on a second. I'm fixing something. Then we have Lotus defeating Tommy Tresnick and Cameron Sky.
Now, I mean, I don't like to stir the pot, but the point was made out that Lotus didn't come back together as a tag team until after El Ridiculoso was out the state. Just throwing that out there. Then on Saturday, that is March 12th, that's the night of the show that Dan and Cody got to go to at the RK Incorporated. It was Metro Pro Wrestling's Honor and Glory. In the pre-show match, Kyler Coleman and Ryan Sins win a 4-team scramble match over the congregation of Dante Kasam, Darian Ultra, Cobra Kai, and Twist and Flip to go on to the MPW Tag Team title match later in the show.
In the main show, match 1 was Elk and Bruce Atwell wrestling to a double count out. Now, I made the...
What the...
Listen, I said somebody needs to put these 2 together. This was the most disgusting, nastiest thing I've ever seen in my life. We had them sticking their fingers in their belly buttons and smelling each other's finger. We had them smelling each other's feet. We had, oh yeah, it was something. I mean, it was different.
Next,
But did Brutus Atwell slam every caveman?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Yep. Next up, we have Dre Jacobs defeating Gutter. And after the match, DJ Meyer comes out and gets him in the nads.
And then hits him in the head with a freaking crowbar.
Again, in the nuts. The guy is literally obsessed with the nuts.
Well, you know, he said he's going to keep coming after Dre Jacobs until Dre Jacobs brings him the War Boy.
Oh, you don't want that smoke. That's not.
He knocked Dre Jacobs out cold.
You don't want that smoke, Josh.
Oh,
Just saying, like, every time he comes out as Dre Jacobs, you've got to breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief if you're his opponent. Because the time he comes out as Warboy, you're going to be made an example of. Like, Warboy is not who you ask for, it's who you accidentally get.
Yes. He's like somebody, Dre's driving to a show, and we call it road rage. Someone pisses him off on the way, and then he paints his face up. And once the face paint goes on, the blood flows.
Yeah. We also had Joe DeMario taking on Junetide. Junetide took home the win.
Junetide.
This Joe DeMario, I'd like to see him more. I mean, the kid is good. It is very good. Next up was Isaiah Moore defeating Forever Young in a very, very close match. I mean, it went back and forth, back and forth. You really did not know who was going to win until the very end.
Then we have the Cold Brothers versus, which was the Soul Taker, and he was called, so you had the American Badass. Well, he's never mind. Anyways, the Soul Taker and karate, everybody's favorite karate bad boy. Fuck, I can't talk today. LJ Lawrence went to a no contest.
This was a crazy match, though. I mean, these guys just beat the holy hell out of each other. I don't think they cared who was going to win. It was not about picking up a 1, 2, 3. It was about putting knots on heads.
Next up, it was Top Gun of Cobra Kai taking on Lamario Star. And when it came down to it, the man with the adamantium abs, the titanium triceps, the bismuth biceps, he was the one that was able to take home the win, Lamario Star.
Listen, I like Top Gun, but he got murdered.
Dude, that when they threw
this
him
new
into the
Lamario
chairs.
Star, I mean, it was ruthless, it was relentless, and he enjoyed the beating he gave him. And once the beating started, it didn't stop.
No.
Like they called for the X. Then it went.
Yes.
It kept going.
He threw him 3 rows back.
And he hit the top of a chair, a steel chair, not a folding chair, an actual chair that was formed to be a chair, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me ask you this question. Have y'all been putting the respect on his name that he deserves?
Absolutely.
God, don't you pull that crap, Danny. People have not been putting the respect on Lamario Star's name that he deserves to have. He's going to start chucking people into the 3rd row, the 4th row, the 5th row. They're going to hit the table, go through a window, go out on someone's car until people start giving him the respect that he deserves.
Well,
I really hope that Top Gun's okay. He looked like he was hurt, dude. It looked like it hurt bad.
I had a chance to talk to Jeremiah Gomez after this match, and I made the comment of, Mr. Goldman, you now have a monster. And he said, and I quote, "It's about time, and people are going to see."
Oh, boy.
The next match on was Tanner Nix defeating Travis Titan.
Oh.
Tanner come out. He said, he asked everybody if they wanted to see him do what Lamario started. Because, we forgot to tell you this one. Lamario Star is now part of Armageddon.
Now, but is Gracefully Chosen out?
Well, when we get down a little farther, I have to assume so. But we'll talk about that when we get a little farther.
Right.
As always, it's important to remember that the card is subject to change. So this match ended up being TJ Meyer and his tag team partner, the Anime Assailant Solo, taking on Kyler Coleman and Ryan Sins. And TJ Meyer and Solo became the new Metro Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions.
All right, now we can talk about this.
Okay.
Cody, do you want to start it?
Okay.
Ahead. Now, when the show first started, they came out with the belts in hand, the powers that be at Metro Pro. So the only thing we can assume is that they did not show up again, so they were stripped. And like I said, when Lamario Star is now part of it. Now, Tanner Nix kind of, I don't know. He made promises that he really couldn't keep. He defeated Travis Titan, but he didn't do it like Mario Star did.
No one does it like Mario Star does. I mean, and Lord knows I don't like Armageddon, but if you get Lamario Star in your roster, it doesn't matter who's in it and who's not in it. Tanner Nix has a monster at his back.
Now, are you going to? Let me ask you a question. Are you going to now cheer for Armageddon? Or are you going to boo Mario Star?
See, the problem is, you see, the world is black and white. I can boo Armageddon and cheer Lamario Star at the same time.
That is a true story. We did
That's
it with
true
TJ.
story.
We did it with TJ.
Yep.
I mean, there is that. However, like, I don't know if you're going to like this version of Lamario Star. You're a happy kind of guy. This guy looks like a pit bull.
What's wrong with pit bulls?
Well, I mean, in a pit bull that's on the attack, not a pit
Yeah.
bull, not a pit bull that's like, hey, pet me.
As long as the pit bull's not coming at me, it's cool to watch people get mauled.
Okay, so that says that if the pit bull's attached to your fucking leg because he's trying to fucking rip you in half, you don't like him, right?
But he's not coming at me, so it's all good. But you're telling me, okay.
Nope, I'm not telling you anything.
Do you watch the TikToks?
Nope.
Dan, I know you watch the TikTok, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're watching TikTok and you see like a teenager that does something so a teenager's going to jump off a bridge and you're like, okay, cool. So they're either going to belly flop or hit something. Do you go, oh, I don't want to see this and scroll away? Or do you watch that TikTok 4 times because you laughed too hard the first time?
You know me. You know I watch it so I can laugh.
See? It's kind of like when you're watching someone take on Lamario Star, it's like watching a teenager do something stupid. They're about to get hurt, and you're going to laugh at their stupidity. You just know you're not dumb enough to do it. I'm not dumb enough to face Lamario Star in a match.
But you are dumb enough to talk shit.
To lots of people, yes.
Anyways.
I never said I was smart. I just said I'm not that dumb.
So I believe that this is wrong. Didn't Hotch pin Taven?
Yes.
So when you read that.
Yes.
Spoilers.
Jason Pott retains the Undisputed Championship by defeating Alex Weir and Matt Taven when Hotch pinned Matt Taven. Yeah. Now, I mean, you know, there was circumstances that happened a couple of seconds before that, but that's the way those matches work.
Now,
we'll leave it there.
So Taven got on the mic and spoke very highly of everybody in the locker room and said there was a lot of talent in there. Good stuff. But, during intermission, things got a little crazy, but in the end, we still handed out the awards. We were not really going to talk about what happened. You know, if you don't, you don't. Yep. That's on you. Figure it out, right? Anyways, FIO. That's right, FIO. So we did hand out few of the awards. Well, all of the awards.
All of them.
I didn't realize at that point that we were going to be able to hand them all out. I didn't realize it until we were there. I was like, oh, we can do all this. So we did. I guess I could have gave the ones for the match of the year to Josh, but I don't think those guys would have been there this week when he's there. So, okay, moving on.
So we would like to say congratulations to all of the winners. Once again, remember, almost every category was voted on by the promoters of Michigan Indie Wrestling.
Yep.
So thank you very much to the promoters that we reached out to that responded. Thank you for giving us the responses. And thank you to each and every person that was nominated, because you're all absolutely amazing. Thank you for everything that you do in the state of Michigan. We would like to start off by We'd like to start off by congratulating the Rookie of the Year, Brutus Atwell.
Yay. So, again, I think I have... okay, never mind. We won't talk about that. So,
the next award for Heel of the Year,
yeah.
Jason Hodge.
Yeah, Heel of the Year, the bad guy. I don't think he knew he had won any awards, and then I had seen him standing in front of the door, and I'm on the mic, and I'm like, hey, come here and get your awards. And I was like, here's this award, then this one, and then this one. And he's like, and he was holding them around. Sometimes he was walking around like he had these heavy things in his arms, and they were hanging low. But anyways, so, yeah. But then also Jason Hodge for Breakout Wrestler of the Year. Also.
And Alex Weir, Wrestler of the Year.
Yeah, Rage MIW Wrestler of the Year. Again, these are voted on by the promoters. It's not by the fans. This wasn't by us. Promoters.
They also had the feud of the year was the Death Threat Army taking on Armageddon.
Yeah. So I could have swore that they said Armageddon was dead last night. I thought that's what they said, and then like whatever was going on was new. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But then for match of the year, you have Jason Hodge, Weir, from Horror Slam. All right. I think it was a Horror Slam versus GCW 3, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
Yeah, almost positive.
Yeah. So,
and this one was fan based.
Those two, all the feud and the match of the year were all nominations from promoters, but all voted on by fans or whoever voted. It was really anybody. So, and that's basically how it was all done, dude. And now the awards are gone, and that means that it is now time to start working on Indie Idol, the return of Indie Idol. What is Indie Idol, Josh? Do you remember what Indie Idol is?
Indie Idol is a fantastic game show that Cody has put together that I'm not allowed to participate in because he doesn't like me. But that's mainly because I'm not trained. Indie Idol is a wrestling promotion. I'm sorry, not promotion, promo contest in which wrestlers cut promos on each other to see who can cut the better promo, when a panel of judges will get together to score those promos and decide who won in the individual battles.
Yeah, so this year we're going to do something a little different. So instead of, drawing them out in tournament style and then they base and then go on to the next, we're going to do round robins.
Tweedly-deedly-dee. 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 That's Rockin' Robin. I'm sorry.
All right. Anyways, so we're going to do round robins. And then I forget, there's numbers involved, and I don't remember right off the top of my head because, my brain's a little cloudy. But anyways, the top 4 with their win-loss records move on to the next round. And then I'm going to look to get another. So I'm going to have 2 judges besides myself. That's 3. And then we're going to, for the final, we want to do our best. Or once we move on to the final 4, we'll have hopefully a guest judge. And hopefully. I'm looking into it. I don't want to, I hate to say things like that and then it not work out. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
if you don't say a name, then anyone can be a guest judge. It might be KK.
Could be, right? So in this year, we're looking at, so I got to get with the judges and we're going to put out like, so instead of it being like, okay, this is what I liked, this is what I didn't like, and we're still going to do that, but we have to actually, there's going to be certain criteria that we're looking for in the promos, right? And we're going to tell or say, all right, here's our criteria. This is what you're going to be judged based on, right? And that's how we're going to pick our winner. So you know going into it as a competitor, this is the criteria I must fit in order to appease said judges. Gives them a little bit to go on too, you know what I mean? So they know they're not just blindly coming up with content, you know. So it's going to be an interesting year. I already have one of the judges. I have the next one in mind I need to talk to. People are reaching out to me. I haven't got back to them yet because it is Rage Day, and usually on Rage Day, like I put things out on social media, but I don't respond right away because I just got to keep my head straight for today. So it's my method to my mayhem. I don't know about y'all. Josh just forgets what time it is.
Yeah.
Hey, if the stove says it's 6 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock. I'm a fat person. The stove said 6. The microwave said 6. It's 6.
The cell phone said.
I said I'm fat. I didn't say I'm a 14-year-old teenage girl. Cell phone doesn't dictate my life.
That's right.
No, but it does tell you what time it is, correct?
Yeah. But the cell phone was in the living room. I was in the kitchen.
Okay.
With the stove and the microwave.
What do you...
Yeah, you don't know about fat people problems.
Hey, wait a minute. What do you use to wake up in the morning to go to work as an alarm?
The oven goes off and he smells something. Like he's like, oh.
The Tasmanian devil alarm clock that my uncle got me for my 10th birthday.
Are you fucking with me right now, or do you really? Is that what you really use?
It still works, man.
But you use it for real?
Yeah.
You're not. So
the same thing that woke me up for elementary school wakes me up to take my ass to work.
This is gonna be interesting. I need to see a video. It's got
Taz, absolutely.
It's got to be a video, and it's got to be on Facebook, or it did not happen.
Taz rules.
Right. I'm not saying he doesn't. I was just, you know.
No, I want to see the clock work too.
I'm genuinely interested, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You know,
Listen, y'all, flood Josh's Facebook with hashtag we want to see Taz.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, so not a bad weekend. We got one event that is going on today, so we should have results for that on Tuesday for MIW, and then we have a huge amount of, I don't know if it's huge, but I know there's a large amount of wrestling going on. We got the first ever Murder City Deathmatch Tournament going on this week. We got some Capital Pro. We got some Blue Collar. We got Pro Wrestling All-Stars.
PPW is going on.
PPW. Holy shnikes, dude. We got a lot.
Dre says, fuck that, get it now.
I have to unplug it.
He said, fuck that, go get it now. Dre said, you got to do it. Dre said.
I have to unplug it. It's in my bedroom.
Dre said, so unplug it.
No.
Yes.
No.
Reset it.
So reset it.
It takes forever. It's a piece of junk. It's old.
Oh, excuses. You know what they say about excuses? Excuses
They're like assholes?
No, excuses are the pathway to failure. I learned that from Tony Atlas. Believe it or not. He actually said that to me. It was pretty cool. It was when we did that when I did that interview with him and Ron Simmons at what was it, Art in the Park here in Port Huron. Dude, I remember. Dude. So I'm nervous as hell, right? And then they tell me he didn't want to do it, and I'm like, nobody told him what, they're like, because I knew about it. You know what I mean? Like, nobody told him until he got off the plane. He's in the car on his way to Art in the Park. And he's like, I don't do interviews, blah, blah, blah. So I get there and he goes, you got 5 minutes. This is Ron Simmons. You got 5 minutes. And then when I first of all, and I said African-American, and that pissed him off. You know what I mean? And I wasn't trying to piss him off. I was doing my best to stay politically correct so that I didn't fucking offend him. You know what I mean? So I offended him anyways. And he's like, I'm black. And I'm like, all right, I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah. I told him I didn't want to offend, and, whatever. So anyways, and then I asked him the questions and what have you. But then Tony Atlas goes on and, yeah, excuses are the pathway to failure. If you haven't seen that interview, you should really check it out. It was one of the first times I ever did like a major interview. I was nervous as hell. You see at the time I believe he was going as Cyrus Satine. He's in the background. You can see him back there talking.
You were wearing your Mr. Jealous Face shirt.
Yep, I was.
I left a wedding to go there.
Yeah, I remember that. You were all done up. You had on a freaking black leather trench coat, cowboy hat. You were all.
I didn't have my cowboy hat. I don't think I had my cowboy hat on.
Yes, you did. I remember. Dude. And you had
doing his best Geo Bronco
Yeah,
impersonation.
dude. You look like Terminator Josh, bro. You had sunglasses on. I remember it, dude. I was like, dude.
It was literally, I lied and said I was going to the bathroom and then left the building because it was within sight. I left the building to go get those autographs and you were there.
That's
I
amazing.
was like, yeah, no, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be back in a minute.
That was amazing. Good stuff. Dre's going, go get the clock. He's gonna whoop on you, man. Watch.
Probably.
You better at least as soon as this show is over, go take a picture and put it up on Facebook so that people can see.
Maybe,
right.
You know what? Maybe TJ thanks you for bringing out the War Boy because you didn't get the fucking.
Would it be funny?
I don't want the War Boy to be brought out because of me ever.
Well, maybe the War Boy gets pissed.
Did you see the way he put it on there?
Yeah, dude. Maybe the War Boy gets pissed because you don't get out the clock.
Listen, I had the War Boy show up for just half a second one time about a buzzer, and I didn't hit it. I mean, I have buzzed the DBA, and when War Boy come on in that interview, it said for that just second, it was like, you better not do that. I put it down, and I think I might have peed a little on him. Just let's be honest.
No one can blame you for that.
Nope. I don't care if they did.
Yeah, we haven't done one of those in a while.
No.
We'll have to do one eventually again. Something that we do every once in a while. But, all right, well, I want to thank everybody tonight for joining us. I want to thank you. First, before we get out of here, I want to say thank you to Bubba for allowing us to give out those awards at Metro Pro Wrestling, Honor and Glory. Thank you to you. It's promoters like you that allow us to do the things that we do and allow that to go on. So appreciate that. Thank you to everybody that has joined us tonight. Thank you to anybody that may be watching on a rerun or replay, whatever you call it. Maybe you're listening on Podbean. Speaking of Podbean, down in the description is a link to our Podbean. What is Podbean? Podbean is where we host all of our audio content. This very episode will be up there this week where you can listen to my sexy voice. And then, oh, Josh, fuck you. Anyways, and then also down in the description, you will be able to find links to all of our all the sponsors, man, right? So Davison Sarai, Joe Broni, PKSA, Karate, Port Huron. You got to make sure you say that because it's, there's a lot of PKSAs, right? And then so we got American Wrestling Experience. We got F5 Wrestling. We got the Spyder. And then we have the Blacksheep, Justin Dream. Thank you to all of you because all of you have made the awards possible this year. That's right. It was 100% funded by sponsorship money. So thank you to you. Como samida. Now, yeah.
Send me your money.
Okay. So, yeah, thanks to you guys. Then also down in the description, you will find links to Rasslin Rage, MIW, Happy Harper Ice Cream, Podbean, all our sponsors, Clash Wrestling, Metro Pro Wrestling. Anything else that you could think of that might be done? I don't even remember.
Everything's down there.
Everything. So, and then make sure you...
It's long and it's hard down there.
He said, cool story, bro. Now go get the clock.
I think Josh is actually starting to worry a little bit.
He should be. I see it in his face. I see it. Like you look at it. Yeah, look at you. Can you just tell on his...
Look at the chat again.
I see it.
I really enjoy me or not being on the brunt end of the joke.
For once, it's not hashtag Cody's fault.
Yeah, right. For sure. Well, I mean, I was really surprised because what happened last night, last night, I was in the ring when that all happened. And I was waiting for the hashtags. Cody's fault. But it was not my fault. So, anyways, we are out of here. You guys have a great night. We will see you back here on Tuesday for MIW, Michigan Independent Weekly, when we have all the information that you need to attend any events that are happening here in the Great Lakes state of Michigan. That is right, because we are Michigan-based. Maybe one day we'll branch out all other places, but who knows? Who knows? Time and space. You'll just never know, right? We could.
You know what Napoleon's biggest mistake was?
What?
Try to take too much too fast. Take your time.
Isn't that what she said? Anyway, Josh, you're all right, dude. Okay.
I think Dre is saying that he hasn't seen the clock yet, and that's your fault because we haven't ended his show yet.
Right, that's it. Okay. And now it's my fault. So he said it's definitely my fault. Everything's my fault.
You are dead.
Yeah, always. So thank you to the ghost of wrestling past, Danny Beals, the real deal heel, and then also to Josh Harper for joining us tonight, and then also myself. Yay me. Okay. Have a great night, everybody. We are out of here. And again, we'll see you back here on Tuesday for MIW at 6:30 p.m. Right here ish on r2youtube.com. That's the letter R, the number 2, youtube.com. Peace.
This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin